Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is the real one. In the test stream, Yoshi P said, dude, you don't need a 8K resolution of 2 old men here. Okay. Did he just snort? Today's the feature for patch 7.2 part 1. Where are they? Is that an IKEA? Behind them? What's a cool room? They're like in a penthouse suite, dude. This IKEA building. This building's out. Man, what the hell? Okay, it's looking pretty good. Pretty classy. Today's the feature for patch 7.2 part 1. And since this is part 1, there will be no in-game footage. But they are going to be discussing the new content. It's 2 new content that will come for patch 7.2. And this is a major patch, so they're heading to the master checking of patch 7.2. Let me turn them down a little bit. Okay. At some point, the stream comments told Yoshi P to sing a song. Yoshi P said, this is no Mahjong stream. I don't think there's a need for me to sing. Very low volume. Okay, is this fine? Move my camera. Here, you know what? I'll sit right here. How about that? Okay, needs a little mo. That's fine. This is our test stream too. Okay, how's that? Because I'm going to be talking over them. Okay. So I'm gonna skip some of this stuff. They're talking about Gundam. They're talking about One Piece. Yoshi P doesn't want to talk too much about it. Well, usually a stream would be a good platform for Yoshi P to share his thoughts, but Yoshi P comments that streaming is not the only method. If he wants to hold some event and gather people around, okay, blah blah blah. Tell me about the patch. There will be a lot of screenshots today. Okay. There's a lot of chatter that's not relevant. There are some real-life events happening in Japan right now, snow festivals and such that we can imagine because we don't live in Japan. He says that they're talking about the weather. Okay, okay, here we go. Here we go. That was actually test stream. Just on time, 8 p.m., the blinds in the background started going down. Okay, most things are finished for 7.2, and it's just about debugging now. We've also finished testing the normal modes of the battle content, so we've still got Savage left to do with the minor adjustments. Okay, so starting next week, I will be in You're Allowed to Play FF14 at Work mode. Okay. Patch art. Show me the patch art. Here, it's about to come up. Right here. Okay. It looks like Solution 9 stuff, and it's gonna involve Sphane and... Wait a minute, who is that? It's got the Asahi hairstyle. But who knows who that is? Could be a new character. And of course, Wuklamot front and center, which is not a surprise at all. It's a sick boy in Solution 9. Oh yeah, I forgot about him. Yoshibi said I can understand people getting a Persona feeling from this. Very different atmosphere from usually, but that is intended. What you see, oh, so what's the name of the patch? Seekers of Eternity. That's a cool name. Cyberpunk looking patch art. What you see on all these monitors is not all limited to the MSQ. The Serio team came up with the idea of showing multiple monitors in the artwork. I thought it was a good idea, but no one considered the effort the artwork team would have to be putting into this. The initial sketch also didn't have enough displays, and we needed the Warrior of Light somewhere. Okay, cool. It's coming out in late March 2025. Eh.
トークン系の緩和、レイド系の緩和がございますので、7.18 が
Late March 2025. Looks like an evil Sphene we're going to be dealing with.
よろしくお願いしますと。はい。申請するか。
Okay. Just before this, we will release patch 7.18. That will be released on the 25th of February. It will lift restrictions and add the echo, maybe, for weekly tomes and Savage. We learned that there was a tool that would... Oh god, here we go. Oh, here we go. We learned that there was a tool that was accessing account IDs, and while I made a comment on the lodestone, I wanted to address it on the stream as well. Okay.
シリーズ全体のコンテンツのご紹介をしていこうと思うんですが、
Okay.
その前にちょっとやっぱり前回告知というかアナウンスも出させていただいたんですが、ゲーム内のID は
So there was a tool that gathered information about account IDs, collected them, and matched them against other alt characters on that user account. Yes, we've covered this a lot. And we covered Yoshi P's response on the lodestone. Oh, well, actually it was on the forums. I want to be clear in confirming that this information does not go beyond that, and no personal information was accessed. Yeah, we know. But it's still bad.
Briefly translate what Yoshida-san is speaking, because he is touching upon something internal ID and third-party tool stuff.
Oh, he's actually going to translate this part.
まず、ゲーム内の、プレイヤーの皆さんのクライアントに落とされている情報を、引っこ抜いて、集約していくみたいな、どのキャラがどの
So Foxconn will translate this part?
ツールなんですけど、
Let's see.
まずご安心していただきたいのは、そこから先の皆さんの個人情報とかお支払いの情報とかに全くリンクできるものではないので、そこに関してはご安心ください。ただせっかくブラックリストとか対応したにもかかわらず、その誰がどのサブキャラなのかみたいなのが分かってしまうっていうのが非常に
I don't really have to wait through this because
So we are aware that there is some illegal third-party tool that is revealing some internal ID which is underneath our packet, and then which reads reading that ID will let you confirm which character is belonging to which account ID. So you will see
so
the connection of each characters under the same account. And then the one thing we want to have you feel safe is, whenever you read that internal ID, you will never reach to some personal information or the billing information. So
yeah, we've been over that.
Please do not concern about that. But however, we are seriously taking it because it is not good to read that internal connection, because even when we have a blacklist, useful blacklist function, that utilizing that internal ID will revealing the connection of each characters on the same account, and which is not we are not very comfortable about it.
Okay.
で、
So this was also just all written out here on the unofficial translation. So I'm just going to read it all at once here, just for absolute clarity. After what I've already said, I want to be clear in confirming this information does not go beyond that, and no personal information was accessed, which we knew already. That wasn't the problem. The problem was that the account ID was visible. It is visible. To get to the conclusion, obviously we as the dev team are not ignoring this. I cannot say how far we're going, but with patch 7.2, we're taking steps to counteract this. Okay. So we got a lot of feedback in the past. 7.2, that's 4 months from now, right? We got a lot of feedback in the past to add every character under a user account to the blacklist when you add one character on that account to your blacklist. This was the best approach we could take to implement in that moment. Okay. So they're going to take steps to deal with this in 7.2, which means that it's not, that doesn't mean a fix will come in 7.2. It means that there's really no resolution inside. Like, it might take them 8 months or longer. I feel like we need an emergency fix for this. There's steps in 7.2 doesn't really inspire confidence for me. I also think this is a weird thing to say that I'll just screen cap this so you know what I'm talking about. If I can. It's my screen capping tool. Oh, here it is. Okay. So got a lot of feedback to add every character under a user account to the blacklist. See, when you add one character on that account to your blacklist, this was the best approach we could take. Really? This was the best approach that you could take to implement in that moment. I also don't really... It's kind of frustrating because I feel like this shifts the blame onto the player for asking for them to do something about it, like to give us better tools. Like, we did the best we could because you guys asked for it. You know, you guys screwed up by having the private account data visible client side. Okay, it's not the player's fault that they were asking for better privacy features. Okay. I mean, you left the security gap, and now it's like you've got shocked Pikachu face that people are exploiting it. And then now you're implying that the only reason this happened is because they were just trying to do what players wanted and respond to the feedback. What they really, it doesn't feel like they are taking the full responsibility for it. It kind of feels, I hate to say this, feels a little bit like victim blaming because people ask for better tools to block stalkers. And common sense alone should tell you that stalkers don't care about the TOS and are likely to use a malicious third-party tool. So that should probably be something that you think about when you implement a solution. That's not the player's fault, but it is your fault for failing to consider that when you know how popular modding is. Like, can't you just... Why is this so difficult to add a solution? Can't you just encrypt the account ID or, like, how to randomize it? Can you put the blacklist on the server side? I don't know, man. Like, what are you gonna do about it, actually? You need to be upfront about what went wrong. Like, take the accountability for this mistake and tell us how you're gonna actually fix it. Okay, just saying that please don't do that while ignoring the security flaw that you have created. Just ain't it. Okay, this is a huge issue. So, said... We are not ignoring this. I can't say how far we're going, but we're taking steps Okay, what else do you say? There was stalker issues that we were made aware of, and part of the measures we took against that was to implement this new blacklist system to have every character under an account on the blacklist. Unfortunately, this allowed tools to gather more information about users and their characters. Obviously, like this is obvious though. We will improve on this starting with 7.2. Okay, so starting starting with 7.2. Okay. I don't think they can exactly say how they're going to fix it, because it would give the stock modders a head start on getting around this measure. I feel like your security solution is not very good if mentioning the basics of it, it lets everyone know how to get around it. Like, I think that they should say what they're going to do. They should explain it. People didn't find out that the client-side account ID is open for mods to exploit because Square Enix announced how the blacklist worked. It was just bad design from the start. So, they need to admit that they've made a mistake and they're gonna fix it now with like a normal solution. It just feels a little dismissive. It feels like they're deflecting here. And starting with 7.2, also he says, I'm very disappointed that this kind of tool exists. You're disappointed? Bro, why are you surprised? I just feel like you're kind of like, if it weren't for people doing bad things, then, bro, you have a massive security hole. We will be improving the system going forward. This isn't... I might have gave the impression that you shouldn't care if you weren't aware of this, but let me rephrase. I don't want you to worry. We're taking steps. Oh, man. Basically, don't use plugins. Yeah, actually, let me take a screenshot of this from the unofficial translation. Let me just show you this right now, and the reaction and the scenes that people have had have been similar to the one that I just had. This 19 clown reacts. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt. Hey guys, please stop doing bad things. Weren't they...
Zepla, here is a dad joke for 18 months.
Okay.
Where did the pumpkins have their meeting? In the gourd room.
That's a good one, Ski Booski. Thank you for the 18-month resub. When are we going to learn that asking the people to stop doing bad stuff isn't gonna work? Like, weren't they threatening legal action in that blog post? This feels a little bit softer than that. Honestly, it feels like damage control, because it's like they don't want to make a specific commitment to fixing it, but we promise something really is happening. Just trust us. But I think that people are absolutely right to want to demand a little more accountability and a little more transparency on this, because obviously if there's a vulnerability in the system, people will exploit it, especially stalkers. It's like asking a bear not to shit in the woods. And then being like, I can't believe you guys. I think they just don't have a fix, and they don't want to admit it. They can't work it in to the schedule, right? They can't, like, just quickly do something quick and now, because it's going to mess up the timetables and the schedules, I bet. I bet that's what it is. That's not great. I really don't think this is a great response, but you know, I guess I said all I wanted to say. What else can I even say when they're not gonna do anything in the immediate or near future? They're gonna start working on it 4 months from now. Cool. Okay, let's just move on. Jesus.
Let's
get to the content, maybe.
チームでも何もしないってことはありませんので、7.2 から、まあどこまでっていうのはちょっと今現時点では難しいですが、対応はもちろんもうすでにスタートさせていますので、対応というところはさせていただきます。
Congo, thanks for the
So,
20-month
we-
resub.
We want to confirm that we are taking countermeasure to it, and then starting with patch 7.2. I mean, we can't reveal how much or detail about.
Okay, we've been
it.
over this.
I mean,
Let's
what
get to
we
the
will do,
content,
but
dude.
it's under the same.
Because we're
So
just
if you
nothing
are
new is being
not
said.
familiar with what we are talking about now, up until now, I mean, you do not need to be worried too much. So, I mean, because learning the very single bit of the detail about this, what is happening is, I mean, taking a quite long time, and also it is, I mean, you are stepping into the danger zone. So, I mean, you don't need to, yeah, again, you don't need to be worried too much. はい。
Okay.
というわけで、対応
What
です
about the
であります
patch?
のでぜひ、あとは
Content
重ねてではあるんですけど、よくわからないツールとか、そういったものはぜひご使用にならないように重ねてお願い申し上げます。
Discord screenshot. Okay,
Hi.
let me.
So, to
Thanks.
make summary, dev team is working on to countermeasure the current situation. So please wait until 7.2. We start.
We start on it in
we are taking
7.2.
measure.
Okay,
And then
cool.
Please keep away from the third party. So, thank you very much.
Please keep away from the third-party tools, guys.
では、
That usually works with stalkers. If you just say, please stop, please keep away, that really works really well with stalkers. So great advice across the board. Love it.
7.2のコン
コン
テン
テンツの
ツの話に
話を
はい、
よろしくお願い
入らせていただきます。
すいません。
よろしくお願いし
That's
ま
the
す。
thing they
私
don't
の
do.
拙い
That's
通
what
訳
makes
こ
them
こまで
stalkers.
すいません。
ありがとうございます。ありがとう
God, I'm experiencing physical pain right now.
さあさあ、では改めて
Just tell me about the patch, man.
そのツールへのね、対応というところも含めて7.2の、コンテンツの中身に入っていきたいと思います。で、前半、に関しては、
はい
まあ規定コンテンツというか
The content
まあ
in
バージョン
7.2.
アップデート的なところをお伝えして、
Tell me about
後
the
半
story.
新しいコンテンツの話へこう
About
進めていこうと思いますので
はい
よろしくお願いし
よ
ま
Send
ろ
me
しくお
some
願いします。
screenshots, maybe.
す。では、まず
Okay.
リンクエスト。
どうぞ。
はい、スクリーンショットで。
Okay, so it looks like Wook Lamont will be in the story as a major character for this patch, which is a surprise, I gotta admit. Okay, but it's possible that Kryle will be upset standing to the side of other characters who are talking. And
この角度かっこいいな。
there's also Evil Sphene, right?
何か起きてますね。
明らかにそして極めつけ3枚目。
Yes. Okay. So Evil Sphene is doing a speak with Wook Lamont in the story as well. It's her turn to speak to Wook Lamont.
今
Cool.
回顔演技ご注
So
目
Yoshi said, I want you to pay attention to facial expressions this time. There was a lot.
まあなぜこうなっていくのか
Okay.
も含めてちょっとね楽しみに
Please
して
do
いただ
note.
きたいんですけど、
ですね。
顔演技はかなり今回いろいろ
Reminds me of
やっております
Asahi.
ので、
What was he talking about?
そうですね。顔芸といえばね、朝日さん。今
これは
Oh, this guy?
なるほどわからん的なものが出てきました。
Okay.
ねなんかバハムートでも出てきて封印するの。
You never really can figure out much from these MSQ screenshots, to be honest.
いや
We don't ever
こうい
know.
った
Some guy on an iPad.
機会が
Okay.
こう
What's the next screenshot?
今回は
Oh, new allied society.
ムージャ
皆
Mamulja.
さんちゃんと見分けはついておりますね。
I hope you can distinguish these races visually by now.
どっちがどっちだっけ
Right, there's the blue ones,
こちらをプレイしていただければ
they're the
分
Bunewas,
かっていただけるんじゃない
and
かな
there's also no, there's Hubigo, but Hubigo is blue, right? No.
友好部族クエストマムジャ族もう
あー
1枚いきましょうか。
I think Hubigo is the blue one. Okay, it doesn't matter.
さ
Okay, this will be for gatherers. Cool, cool.
あ、実は待ってたっていうコメントも
おーはい。
面白い。はい。
She's cute.
ほ
これね、サイドクエストでもね、
Okay.
ちょっとありましたよね。まあいろいろ
All right.
展開がございますんで。はいはい。 そう
Well, I hope
はい
it's interesting story.
で国編終了ということで
Oh, Hildy.
事件やヒルディ
So
ブランド
I think Hildebrand so far
Hildebrand
has been my favorite part of Dawntrail story content. So far it's the best story content of Dawntrail that I personally have done. I thought it was really well written. I thought it was really fun. I thought it was snappy and just great. I really liked it a lot. So I'm looking forward to this.
ございますので
It was, yeah, a big breath of fresh air. Since we're finally done with the introduction, we get to start the main story of the Dawntrail Hildebrand adventures.
ちょっと今回は抑えさ
As usual, it's a bit over the top, so we hope you enjoy.
ヒルディは出ないのかなって声ありますが
This will be a short story, just a new side quest.
そうね
Oh, there's also, I think for that he was talking about the next thing they announced.
になります
買ってまたで
It was really, I loved the Hildy this time. I think it's my favorite so far.
再開編
New corn servant side
モ
quest.
ロコシ様ね
Corn.
すごいにわかに大人気キャラ
This is weird, dude.
まあ
I did it.
SNS 界隈
And
で
it's
はい
very
イラストを
weird.
たくさんね書いていただいたりして我
Like
々も大
what
変
if
和ませて
you
いただ
haven't
いた
done
ん
it?
ですが
Basically, you follow this little corn follows you around the world and you find people who are sad and he's like, "Oh, you're not feeling good? Here's a piece of corn." And the person will eat the corn and be like, "Oh man, I feel so much better. Thank you."
まあ
That's
本当に
it's exactly that, like 100 times in a row.
ですがモロコシ様ファンの方はですねちょっと忘れ
It's
ずに
weird.
覚えて
It's weird as hell.
いただけた
I've
ら
seen many artworks of this little guy on social media, and the dev team really enjoys them too.
はい
はいありがとうございます
So these tombstones
こんなところかな
will be something a lot of you struggle with.
さあでは
It always is. It's
さらに
tombstones.
続けて
Oh
まいり
crap.
ますが
Uh-oh.
はい
Uh-oh.
偶数
Okay, there we go.
といえば
言えば
こちらですね
そうですわね
Why?
まあ
Oh, mathematics.
Mathematics
Oh
これはあれです
no. That's why.
数
They'll ask you for prime numbers when you want to trade them in.
言われて
And if your answer is incorrect, all tomes will be gone.
答え
This is a
アラン
joke.
トンソン数理
すごいな
We've been thinking about this name for a long time, but I thought it would be causing too much
まあ
headache.
今回
But
ちょっと
this is
い
the
ろいろ
right
商店街
patch
も
for
あっ
them.
て
なるほど
What does that mean?
まあこれがいいところなのではないか
What does that mean? You thought it would be causing too...
実はできれば頭が痛くなるアラガン島の層なので、
はい
I don't like that.
使うのを永久にやめようかとちょっと思っていた時期もあったんです
あこの
Okay,
数字はね
next
はい
piece of information.
やっておりますが今回は
Duty
こちら
support.
遺跡
The
探査
sunken
この頃の
temple
四字熟語が
of
大変
Karn
シンプルですね
No way. Did they take away the heads that you gotta put on the platform? No. Did they take away those heads? Compared to other dungeons, this one's a little different on the gimmicks, thinking back. Scary bees or even doom
確かに
to be cleaned on panels.
急じゃないですかここでこれ使ったらもう絶対
There's even a hidden puzzle mechanic in this dungeon. But will the AI solve the puzzle for you? Like, is your tank always gonna put the head on the little platform correctly? That's not the experience of Karn. You go into Karn, and you are like, you have to wait around for the tank to be like, oh crap! It's like right off of it. Let me try again. Oh shit! Just give me another sec. Ah! Guys, stop killing it! Stop killing it till I'm ready! Okay, we can go. That's Karn. You have to put up with it. I don't want this duty support for this dungeon because that's part of the experience, damn it.
遺跡探索ってまんまやんっていう
No.
そうですねカルム
カルンか
いやーこちら
No, how dare you?
我々その
You need to die to final sting. Okay.
ね
You need to get to the end where there's like the strawberry and the snail, and you're like, does anyone know which one it is? Hey, who knows? But no one knows.
して、
Now the AI is just gonna
うん
know,
うん
which is lame. So like,
結構無茶な仕様
I guess they probably will still make you pick strawberry or
してお
snail.
ったので、
Okay,
ここ今でもやっぱり
we are
毛色が違いますからね。確かに。
moving on. Next update.
今の
Let's
開
go.
幕となります
PvP update. Series 8 begins.
おー
What the hell?
あれ俺今日確認
He
したの
said, we are thinking about making rewards from past PvP series
そうやってい
obtainable
ただきたい
again.
なんか
Wow.
軸がさ歪むんだよ。
I'm surprised.
過去の PVP シリーズの
はい
報酬をそろそろ
おついに
Yeah,
そうですね交換させていただきたいというフィードバックも
that's what he
そう
said.
ですねいただいてました
対応を始めて
What do you think about that?
ておりますで、そして、
I have mixed
この
feelings.
PVP アクション調整っていうのも当
I have
然
some mixed feelings about it.
おります
I kind
で
of
そして
like
お
the
待たせしましたが
exclusivity
大規模 PVP
of the
の
old
はい
PvP
手を
rewards because it's always been that way. We've always had mounts and stuff from PvP that are no longer obtainable in the future, and I think it gives some reason to log in for that. I think to me it would depend on how they want to introduce those old rewards again, but I don't know. I feel a little conflicted on it.
コンテンツで使える PVP の専用アクションというものも
You think it's probably a good thing overall?
いきます
I'd prefer new rewards.
あとそして
Do you think that they'll do that instead of adding new rewards? Now that would be on brand.
フロントライン
Yeah,
の
maybe that is
使
the
いやすさ
reason.
がですね、
And so this way they can just recycle old rewards
大
and
回収
save a lot of time. Yeah,
ルールも
that makes a ton of
システム
sense to
面
me.
もかなり回収をさせていただ
That
き
would
ました
be
ので
really bad.
いよいよ
Yes.
再
Maybe
開
just
させ
stop
ていた
getting the
だ
new
きます
rewards.
はい
まあどんな
Okay,
こうしてみると
screenshot of
久しぶ
the
り感
improved
さっきのやっ
map.
ぱ見てさこれと比較するとやっぱアラグ様式はアラグ
I don't do
様式
frontline. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I hate frontline, so I'm gonna skip this. I'm sorry.
そしてもう一枚
I like crystalline conflict, but I personally cannot stand frontline, and I only go there to get my XP.
まあここ
So
先
like
日
I'm
まあ
not the person to ask
使う
about
ことになる
frontline. I'm gonna skip this shit.
と
Yeah, maybe they'll make it into a version that I won't hate, and that would be really cool. But
バトル
I don't like it at all.
に参りましょうか
Okay. Ooh, new dungeon. The Underkeep.
新たなインスタンスダンジョンですねこちら
The Bunderkeep, you mean? That's what we're gonna call it around here. It's dark. It looks like, oh, it's Solution 9, but like
これは
under it? Yes.
ね SNS がざわついておりましたね
どこなのか
I wonder where this is.
どこなのもう
Cannot
X
tell you why we go there and what's inside.
そうねネタバレタイプ
It's probably some shit having to do with
そうね
evil Spain.
なんかいろいろかもです
Yeah, it looks like Alexandria
フェン
stuff.
スで覆われておりますがゆえ
Reminds me a little bit of
そうですね
that really
紫の線がもうすぐ引かれるところですね
that castle dungeon we went to.
向こうと
Remember?
こっちに
はい2箇所ね
He said we're still adjusting the lighting settings on this one, so the final dungeon might be looking different to this. But here's another
以前は
screenshot.
どう使われてたんだろうなっ
はいはいはい
What's the name of that dungeon?
ていう
Grand Cosmos. Yes, this is like Grand Cosmos, but it in disrepair.
まあ何だった
いやで
んだろう
も一応やっぱり毎回ダンジョンのマップ作るときとか、
はい
ボスマップ作るときは、
うん
絶対その質問はして、
うん
ギリこれなら
なるほどね
なんか例えばテーブルを並べて、
He said,
晩餐してたんじゃないかとか、
うん
こうやっぱ
here's another
受
screenshot.
付というのは一生懸
He
命
said this is
考える
clearly a dance hall. Oh my god, it is like Grand Cosmos had a dance hall in it. But those boxes on the outside, they surely were placed there at a later point. Maybe we want you to dance here. Who knows?
ですよ。
はい
そうだ
I'm gonna dance there because I'm a dancer. That's my job. So obviously, every hall is a dance hall. When you're a dancer, you have to pay.
ダンスホールだったんじゃないのとか、
はいはいはいはいはい
っ でも周りにめっちゃ箱置かれてるじゃん。
そうですね。箱が
あれは、後で置いただけで面白
Skip.
い気がする
Skippa.
のもあったんですけ
The
ど、
Bunderkeep
搭載させて
other
いただきました
screenshot.
まあこういった回廊もございますよ。
おー
Okay.
とで、絶賛最終
It's an old castle. It's for screenshots later.
あれっていう
Okay.
あんなにねボンバーしていたのに
New
そんなわけない。
raid, but a cute screenshot.
ユーザー
It is very cute
級という
screenshot.
えー
I thought this guy was
スイッチで
screaming at us in
やって
raid.
いただく
Now he has cute
まず
kitchens
うん
around
嬉し
him.
きございます大変な扱われておりますね
Chad is commenting how the brute bomber's doping was always just a performance because the warrior of light who always uses a pod
よくある
and nothing happens.
お話で
We
はい
fought 3 times in some fights
あり
even.
がたいなと思っていたあの
That's
需要
true,
が
but we built up a
雨の日
tolerance,
こう
okay?
巷でそう
Clearly,
傘を
he's
差
the
し上げた
lightweight.
り懐かれて
Maybe he has
見てっていう
better
このネタでも
drugs
さ
than us.
絶対昭和の人しかわかんないんだ
Okay.
よなこの最近その例え
More picture of the raid stuff.
猫聞かせとしては
Cute baby kitty. What?
で、
Kitty. Okay. It is a cute Lalafell also,
前評判の雰囲気と
holding
はい
some
して
sort of spray.
クリアした後
I'm interested in comparing how players feel about her now
大変楽しみ
versus how they
ですけど
feel about her after completing the raids. I can't say Lalas always give this kind of vibe, or Lala players will get angry, but this is how Lalas look to every non-Lala player. Not every Lalafell is evil, okay? That's a misconception.
ついに参戦。
いやいやララは大概こんなもんだって言うとララ使ってる皆さんに怒られるとは思うんですけど
Okay.
使ってない方
There
々
is another screen.
みんな同じまあ
Ooh.
確かに。
What is this, like Saturday Night Fever stuff going on? Looks like a roulette wheel. What the heck is happening?
あ
It's a
ー
disco.
なんだかな。
It's a bunny
14
disco.
のほらレイドは
Another dance floor. There's a narrator in these raids again. Bit more teasing than last time, even. These panels might even fall down on the arena. Or the lights shoot lasers. Some lights are off. I bet they'll light up again during the fight. There will be a lot of map gimmicks in this raid series again. There will be a very speedy fight in this raid series as well. Not saying it's on this map, but there will be one that's high tempo. Okay. I think it's probably going to be good. So far, they've been doing pretty well with the battle content. Screenshot. Here's another screenshot from the new raid.
光ったんで
Ooh, cool.
こちらですね。
はい。
That's
最
cool.
後出してください。どうぞ。ゼレニア
Cool boss design. New trial. Recollection. Looks like it's related to that dungeon. Based on the background. Zerenia in Japanese. All I can show today are these 2 screenshots. Who is Zerenia? Do you know who that is?
もう一枚です。して、
Is this a reference or something?
これはまだわからないことが。
Okay.
うーん。
So we play tested this last week with a mechanic that we designed. It made the floor look really
かっこいい。
お伝えして
dent
おこうかなと。
for some of our testers while it actually
何
wasn't.
してくるんだろ
That was something we already had to fix.
う。はい。
While it might have been personal feeling, it would definitely throw some players off.
その今回バージョンでは
Maybe I can bring some screenshots to part 2. We only tested normal mode so far, and it was too difficult. So we're taking some mechanics out of it. No! Put them back!
他がですねあの
Put them back!
人間ってほんと不思議じゃない
I'm probably gonna end up just doing normal.
そうですね。はい。
I'd like to not fall asleep in it. I wonder what those 2 things above their head are. They do something during the fight, right?
あったんですけど、
はいはいはい。
これがですね、こう
Okay.
絵をこう床に描いていくんだけど、
In other news,
あの
DDR is back for Unreal. We are gonna get Suzaku, which is awesome.
初期ご迷惑かけた。
Fantastic,
この担当した
fantastic boss.
コンテンツ
There's so much history with this content. Monks LBing and falling down the hole in the middle. I can tell you from my experience, I remember doing Suzaku and I was a red mage main at the time. And there's a hole in the middle of the arena. And if I stood right on the edge, I could backflip back and not fall off the arena. But that's something I learned from trial and error. For its time, there were a lot of mechanics in this where you needed to pay attention to the map in the outside. Yes, I know. Okay, so then they're gonna have a short break after this. And then moving on to part 2. So the content itself looks really good, but I remain concerned about Yoshi P's response or non-response to the plugin issue. It's a bit of a concern for me.
第85回ファイナルファンタジー14プロデューサーレターライブをお送りしており
That's
ます
such a cute little thing in the back. That carbunk ball? Is that a lamp? Okay, part 2.
いただけたかな
So we talked about the big new content. There's a 15-minute break. Okay, we already did that. Okay, we're back. Let me scoot ahead.
はい
You, they said it's difficult to find locations for FanFest. Hey guys, whenever you're planning for FanFest, I'm going to ask you to please invest in a really, really great management company to work with for managing and organizing the event for NA. Okay, please do this. Find the best in the business and pay them. That's where put a bunch of money into that part, because last time it was kind of a disaster for NA, and please fix it. Don't let that happen again. There's just no space.
ファンフェス韓国ファンフェス
Morble said, you don't win the lottery? Yes, for you to win the ticket lottery, we're trying really hard to find big venues. What? Morble, are you saying that it's hard to get access to a location that without winning the lottery? Weird. Yeah, that seems really unfair. It's not enough if we book a venue for 2 days. Okay, I'm gonna skip all this. We don't need to know all this stuff.
場所はねの本当に
Okay.
当たらないというそこのあなたそうなあなたを当てるためにね
Where's the content discussion? Here we go. Okay, Cosmic Exploration. We had a different name for this in development, sort of along the lines of planetary cultivation, but that would give too much of the island feeling. You didn't want players to freak out, making it too much like island? That's weird. Okay, so it's not that. It's cosmic exploration. So what does this actually mean? What will we be doing? What if I don't want to do crafting and gathering? Can I still have fun with this system? Collaborate with players from your world as you explore the cosmos in this new activity designed for crafters and gatherers. Oh. Okay, well maybe I will do some gathering. Do I have to do crafting? Can I just do gathering? I don't like crafting because I'll tell you why I don't like crafting. Because I'm ADHD. It's hard for me to sit in one spot for too long. Just not just sitting there. I can't do that. Discover a new star ripe for exploration in each major patch of the 7.x patch series. Ooh, that could be neat. How big are these zones gonna be?
ここ完了したで次みたいな。
1個じゃないんだ。
1個じゃない。
すごいな、非課
Are those screenshots?
すごいな、非課線ってまだやってない。そうですね。ちょっとまだ探索して。
It looks like the moon.
はい。
Looks like we didn't explore that very far into the cosmos because I've been there already.
なんだっけ未開
This
の
is how it looks in the
そうです。
beginning.
これ
Someone's saying this is like your garden?
こっからって
えらいもん
Is it a
引いちゃいましたね
Okay, but is this gonna be like Island Sanctuary, but we use our real crafting and gathering professions? Because that would be better, I think, than what we got with Island. Maybe I'll like crafting after this. Ooh, that's cool.
生態系とはちょっと
Can you
違う
plant
そう
mushrooms?
ですよね。
そうですね。
で、ギャザラーの皆さんとかだと、
はい。
何が取れるのかな
Of course, this is a different vegetation than what we have on Earth.
あるじゃないですか。ヤバキノコじゃん。
素材の宝庫な感じがしますね。
Hmm.
そうね。そうね。いや、確かに素材の宝庫ですね、
うん
これは。
Okay, what else can you tell me about it?
まあ、次。
はい。なるほど。
So this is like a before state, and you need to terraform?
宇宙由来の鉱石やら、なんやらもね。
Space
これは星でかい
gardening.
ですね。
We're introducing
Okay, wow.
invasive species to the moon. It is a question how you would get
コスモエクスプローラー
mushrooms on there.
はイベントを進め
Nurture
て
the development of planets by completing missions and
なり
events
ます。
as a
それがまあ
community.
そうそう
コスモエクスプローラー。
そうそう。
はは
So how are we building things, and how do we develop this
それは
planet?
わかるよと。
はい。
まあシンプルです。シンプルです。
そうです。
As a
はい
community.
素材を
So it's like a,
スクリーンシ
it's like, it sounds a lot like
Shotgun.
Ishgard Restoration to me.
ただまあ
Okay, so this is
手前
like before.
とと進まあこのコンテナ
Oh,
やら
okay.
なんやらをちゃんと進め
That's an
て
aetherite,
こ
huh?
ういう空気
All right.
空気ある
Obviously, we need to build a base.
あれですかそのでいくとそうなところ
It's a
や
pretty aetherite.
なんか奥には
Some of these buildings look like you can enter.
ははは
Interesting
あります
gates
ね。
できて
in the back.
ほう。
Since this is a very wide space,
結構
we need
デ
methods
ザイン
of
的には
transportation.
14チームで
So are these buildings gonna do stuff, or are they just for decor,
あ
like in
ほのかに見える
the
青い
island?
線で
あ。ははは。
Okay, so these are zip lines you can use to get around, which is kind of
まあ
cool.
行ってくるのと戻ってくるのがありますねこれ
ああ、そういうことですね。確かに。
はい
Well, that's neat. Oh,
いろいろ
yeah, there we go. Oh, but you're like on a surfboard thing going up. That's cool.
うーん。
That's really neat.
やっぱりほら住むところというか
はい。
There's zip lines in the back left, to the right as well. These will have to be built. Not all of these containers can be entered.
確かに。なんでしょう。
Okay.
こういう区画なのかなみたいな雰囲気
そう
で
ですす
ね。
ねまあ全部が全部入れるというわけではないんですが
うんうんうん
きちんとこの
This
コン
is
テナ
looks
型の
pretty. This looks like a more
Really
interesting
space.
Ishgard restoration so far.
あれ
But I wonder what kind of participation you need.
そうですね
Oh,
そして、そして奥には
it's like the Space Needle
そう
or
です
like donuts. Man, I'd love a donut. I haven't had a donut in probably a year.
まあ一つ MMO らしく
Yoshipi said, I want to have this strong feeling of doing it together to give that MMO feeling. Thank you, Yoshipi. That's something that I specifically requested.
要素
He said Island Sanctuary was solo content, but this is meant to be done together. But you'll still be able to enjoy this solo as well.
みんなで
I like that. I like that. During Ishgard Restoration, it was more of a real-time thing, where only players who were there for each step could visually see the development and the differences. But this time, we want also people to be able to look back, even if they only join the content at a later stage. Well, I would say that Ishgard Restoration was really accessible to do, even if you're not used to crafting. And I ended up doing quite a bit of Ishgard Restoration to level my crafters. So I'm probably going to use this for the same, because Ishgard Restoration gave so much crafting XP, and it was really fast, and you got some currency you could use to buy a lot of like mounts and things like that. So if they have the rewards here to back it up, it could potentially be pretty fun.
かというと、これクエストにも絡んでくるんで、
はい
ちょっと前段クエストをやっていただいての方がいいと思うんですけど、なんか明確にそのなんですね。
急にどうした？
Oh, this is a mount probably that you can get
これもちょっと詳しくはパート
with whatever currency, I would assume. Or maybe an achievement.
楽しみ。
What game is this? said Yoshibi.
今シートワックスが流行ってるからっていうわけではなくですね。前からコツコツ作ってたら
Okay.
買った。
すごいな。
やっぱね、メカ好きロボ好きが簡単なってみましょう。
ほい。
Ooh,
ゲームが
it's a very nice
そうです
outfit.
ね急に
どうした？
It's a good outfit. I like that.
顔だけ
Still have
広島感ある
Starbucks apparently. His face looks like a Warrior of Light, but that's about it. Well, since the Warrior of Light's wearing this outfit, obviously that means players can obtain it. Yeah, that's probably another one of the rewards. It's kind of Starfleet. It's giving Starfleet. That looks like that freeze-dried ice cream you can get at the NASA museum.
あ
Have you ever had that? It's actually not bad.
数々の SF の名作の名前を
This is cool.
ー名がいろいろ出てきます
So far, this feature looks to be pretty inspired. So we'll see how it is in reality. Loppers. Whoa, it's like beam me up, Scotty. Yeah.
なんかものもあるようなないような。
なるほど。
で、
Okay.
なんかレポリットもね、
うん
混ざってますね。
Bun
まあ
buns.
そうなんですよ。
Be careful with those transporters, man. It might not be you that beams down.
した上で、まあ
The Lopperates will support your explorations.
感じですね
He said today is only screenshots, but for the next live letter, they will show us a lot
クラフターキャスターの皆さん
because they're almost done with
腕
development.
まくりして
As I said, this is the first planet. During the next update, we will go to the next one, said Yoshi.
なんていうんですか、こうギャザクラ
Okay, so the Lopperates are going to be helping us out. So it's Lopperate content.
せっかくだからやってみようって思い立つ
I would like it if I could just casually run around and do botany and not have to do anything else. Because that's the crafting, that's the gathering I personally enjoy doing the most. I would just let me do botany only and contribute, and don't make me do anything else.
うんうん
I don't want to sit there and
で
craft.
さっきもお話ししたようにこれ一つ目の
I'll be happy with that.
あそうだはいコスモ
Oh, it's the baby.
ということでですね、
な
Yeah.
るほど
Lopperet.
その後ろ
Yes.
にいる
It's bun content.
皆さん、この宇宙
Good. I don't know what way this is, but please look forward to it.
というわけで、非常に
Is it ain't
大きな
no
コン
way?
テンツとして 7.x シリーズ全体通じてアップデー
I'm
ト
kidding. That's a
していき
joke.
ま
That's
す
a
ので
joke.
まあ
Okay, I'm moving on to the battle
ハードワーク
content.
は以前ね、フェス
そうですね
New field
いるんですけ
operations.
ど
Here we
ピ
go.
カセンといえば暴力っていうのを
Here we
どういうこと
go.
ですかそのねバトル系が来たよっていう
あ
ピカセンといえばこっちだろ
Occult crescents. So this is the big thing that a lot of expectation and hopes are being laid upon.
なので
The third installment after Eureka and Baja.
第3弾ということになります。
楽しみ
I'm surprised by some of these reacts, actually. Here. I'll show you. There's a fair number of, I mean, 5. There's people that actually don't care about this content at all. What about y'all in the chat? Like, do you care about this? Because I thought everybody was really hyped for it, but apparently I was wrong.
まずは
I thought it was this is supposed to be the big enchilada, right?
説明からいこうと思いますが、
Yeah, I care about it. This will be the big field. You'll be exploring it together with multiple other players. Looks pretty. Okay, what does it say here on the screenshot? In the treacherous waters of Shade's Triangle lies the occult crescent, an isle shrouded in mystery. Should you wish to unveil its secrets, you must explore the unmapped terrain and battle against its isle's inhabitants. Please make it feel dangerous, Yoshipi.
島を舞台に
I want this to feel like if I go the wrong way and I'm underleveled, I will die.
解明していくフィールド探索型コンテンツです。
Show me the screenshot.
聞いたんですよ。
Show me the screenshot.
コン一緒ですよね。
Ooh.
まあ綺麗ですけど。
Wow.
まだまだ、ね、拠点になりそうとかね。
はいはいはい。
もう
Okay, so this is where you show up.
Answer.
This is the front gate. It kind of reminds me of Eureka, I gotta say. How big is the zone? How many zones are we gonna
したい
get?
と言ってらっしゃる
I like that. I like what I
この
see.
島を破壊していただきたいわけでは
そうではないですね。
はい、そうそう。
Is it gonna be like Eureka?
探索型。
探索型ですから。
Yoshi-P?
では、
いやー、広そう。
Okay. Okay.
なんか浮いてるね。
What are those
なんか
bubbles
そう
he
ですねなんだ
said?
こりゃでっかいシャボン玉のような、なんでしょうか。
It's a little. I don't want it to be a big, giant, empty field
ここ
though,
にもなん
like
なん
Zadnor.
でしょう。
ある、あるね。
何かある。
What I liked about Eureka was it being like, you know, it was dense. It was jungles and stuff.
ちょっとなんか、ニーム
いや
の遺跡っぽいニュアンスありますね、これ。
Bazooka.
確かに。
Like, how flat is this thing gonna be?
もう一枚進めましょう。
はい。うわー
Okay, looks like there's a. Okay, there is a field that's big, wide open space, but I see some other stuff over there, so we'll see how it ends up being.
いい天気だし、なんか。
But it does feel like a weird cross between Zadnor and Eureka.
島としては大変綺麗なんじゃないですか。
The island still looks so beautiful and calm. At least it's nicer to look at. This matters, okay? If you're expecting me to spend a lot of time in this area, and there's only so much time I can spend in a bombed out wasteland before I start feeling like I don't want to be there anymore. Okay, so this is good. This is definitely improvement.
わかんないですその中に
I love grass. Gamers love grass. That's true. We'll get to experience grass. Okay. Ooh. All right, so I'm seeing some good variety. This is good. I'm feeling hopeful. I feel hope actually right
この
now.
サイズ感は確かに。
Reminds me a little bit of the ruins of Nim.
意外とあれですね、構造物がいろいろあるもん。
Are we gonna find tonberries? I like this. A space this size, designed like this. You'll probably fight something here.
はい。
Oh, it's a boss arena?
あります。まあ、お題
Probably.
ねここまでは
Makes sense. Show me more.
もう一枚景観を見ていきましょう。
Ooh.
まあ、
Is that the like
この中
is that like a raid area? Like Delubrum?
探索感のある。
You'll definitely be exploring the inside of that castle. Might be as big as the castle in Alamigo.
でかいですね。
アラミゴの王宮ぐらい
It's probably gonna be like a Delubrum thing. I like that. That's good. I enjoyed Delubrum.
でかい。
No, it wasn't Delubrum. What am I talking about?
大
Castrum
島はどういうサイズ感？
Dalriado. That you know what I mean. If you've done Pasha, you know what I'm talking about.
で、まあ、当然、
Can't get my Castrums straight.
でもありますし、
はい。
So I'm seeing a decent amount of. I see some
探
mountains.
索攻略していっていただくわけです
Cool.
から、
うんうんうん。
まあ、
No.
島内にいるモン
It's
スター
gonna be
と
good to see the
戦闘というのは
gameplay for this in the next live letter.
なるほど。
はい。
Exploration fraught with danger. Isn't that what I just requested?
楽しむ方がいてもよし。
Good. Yes.
まあこれちゃんと時間もあるんで、ま
I
あ、
feel hope right now.
うん。
This is good.
まだね、ネタバレもあって出せないのもあるんです
なるほど
勘弁していただきたいんですが、
This is
まあ
awesome.
他にも、
はい。
こんなモンスターと
Oh, what?
でか。
Brontosaurus.
のどか風景はのどかな。
そうですね。
It is flat, but this is okay.
まあこういう、
Yeah,
い
I
わゆ
want
る
huge enemy like
フィー
that.
ルドのモンスターを、まあもちろんさっきも
Nice.
そうでね
Will there
タイ
be
プやって
duels again?
もしみんなでわーってやったり
Long
でもいい
boy.
ですし、さらに
Yeah, is this 725? That's a good question. That's a good
次や
question.
っていただくと
Knowing them,
人数
probably.
の連続バトル。
ほう。
急に
Wait a minute. Is this 725? Engage in successive battles with a small party of
ね
allies.
こんなのどかなところ
See, somebody's there is a bunny.
になぜ
Small party of allies. What does this mean? Does this mean... Wait. Let's go back. He said, this will be a big field. You'll be exploring it together with multiple other players. Multiple other players doesn't sound like massive amount of other players, right? Doesn't it sound like 8 to 12? Wait, how many people are in the screenshot? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe? So is this 8 to 12? How many people can we bring in to this?
怪しくなってきましたね。
そうですね。なんか周囲も急に
はい、なんか
They'll explain more. Okay,
危なそうですよ。
I'll
危
sit
な
tight.
そうですね。
I like
突
the,
然の
I like what I'm
うさぎで
seeing.
みんなあんまりない。まあ色がね
Ooh,
うん。
感じありますよね。
ありますね。
it's not Pepsi Man. It's his brother,
色が違うね。さらに
Coca-Cola Man.
連続バトルですから。
いやー、よくない。
Okay.
うん。
これは良くないことが起こってるに違いない。
まあ
Good.
いろんなタイプのバトルを今回かなり詰め込んで。
はい。
He said, we packed this content with many different types of battles this time.
うんうんうん。
Really good?
大人数
Yes.
で大規模な。
Oh, there's a bunch of people in this screenshot. Okay. It looks like about 12 people.
ボスバトル戦闘もござい
1,
ます。
2, 3, 4,
いやー
5, 6.
これさ、
よく見ると
物言いは絶対隠れるやつ。
At least
そうで
10.
しょうね。あとプレイヤーの
うん
サイズが
You
ちっ
might
ちゃいのが
think
うん。
only one rock remains, but what if this cross AoE suddenly starts rotating? No!
と思いきや、ね
う。ん。
No!
この十字
Don't
が
do that
急
to
に
me.
交差点しだすかもしれないし。
No!
わからない。
No! We'll just mark a danger
大人
Dorito,
数で
okay?
のこれは大規模バトルですね。みんなで力を合わせて挑んでみてくださ
I
い。
don't like thinking very much.
はい。
Oh
で
shit.
これはまあ中ですね。
はい。
で、
わかりますね。
What? What is this screenshot?
なんか
Holy
ね、
shit.
あ
Is everybody
いろん
getting
なものが
yeeted?
気になりますね。
ー気になりますね。
Oh no, the players are flying. Nice timing for this. This is a great screenshot, honestly. The turtle's shell on the left,
Yeah.
some object on the right.
そうなんですよ
We tried to
左下に
only
なんか
have the
カメ
good
ラ
things of Eureka
が
and
あ
Boscha.
るんですよね。
Dare I dream and believe you?
右下にも
I
なん
want
か
to
ね
believe.
なんかありますね。
青いオブジェクトあって
But I
よくわ
it's
からないし
possible.
うん。
これは一体どうなるのか。
This might be really good.
まあだから
Chat.
これまでの
This might be really
これ
good.
までの経験を生かして双方の良かったところ
I do
で
dare to
悪かった
hope here.
ところはやめて
はいはいはい。
Large scale boss battles. There's a ton of people in this.
なるほど。
I just need how many people can you bring into the thing?
まだございます。
Tell me.
大人数
わあ。
What?
むちゃくちゃしよる。
What is that?
はい
Oh, the
それどっちの敵かな
Okay.
みたいな。
敵かなみたいな敵かな
双方多いです。
はい。
This looks really goofy. I like that.
こんな感じでですねそうね、外周の圧確かに強いですね。これ
そうね。
Okay.
分かってるな、ここ来たっていう感じ。
うん
Everybody's like run over here. Looks like they
So,
all do
what
this
is
thing
it
in
一
turn.
人だけ違うポーズを取ってるやつの前がアンチです。 わかるか。まあ、いろんな
Okay, wow.
バトルが。
What else we got?
ね。
まあ、大体で大変クリアでございます。
Beep,
おっ
beep.
と。
Ooh. Challenge a raid with a group of up to 48 players.
なので、
48 person raid. Great. That is very good.
これはまたいろんなこ
It will be there from the start.
あれなんで、
A good choice, I think.
なんだろうな。
Is it only one difficulty? He said we really put in a variety, a different kind of battle contents into this. So only one can have something, anyone can have something they would enjoy doing together with others.
なんか使うんでしょ
使うんでしょうね。
Thank you for listening.
う。なんか使うんでしょう。
Nice. Nice.
さらにもう一枚。
はい。
But how many? I hope it's just one difficulty, like BA,
落
really.
ちるのか。
Because and it doesn't have to be ridiculously high difficulty, because we have enough of that content. Give us something kind of in the middle
最新
that
の
everybody can do
たく
together,
さんの人たちでいろんな楽しみ
that isn't
方をしていく
ridiculously punishing.
に関してですが、突入レベルは
Okay, about leveling.
レベル100
To enter, you must have a level 100 battle job.
こちら、まあ、
But can you level in it?
一条があれば突入可能なんですが、
うん
コンテンツ内ではコンテンツの独自レベル
While exploring the occult crescent, players will be able to raise their knowledge level,
上げていただきます。
greatly influencing the
こちら
outcome
は
of battles against the creatures of the Isle.
ナレッジレベル
Oh, yeah, like elemental power that we had in Eureka. So it will actually matter that you're progressing in there, and you'll get a sense of improvement by spending time in there. I think that's great.
このコンテンツ
That's
ならでは
great.
の独自レベル
But can you
つまりこれ
you have to go in at level 100. It's not like
あれですね、この島のナレッジを深めていくことが
なるほど、なるほど。
勝利の鍵であるみたい
well, that's good and bad. You know,
なの
like
で、独
on
自
the one hand, it's good because it gives you something to look forward to at level 100. But on the other hand, Basha was a nice way for players to like see what a like level that job and get comfortable with that job while they're
の成長
leveling
が
it. But
こちらに
okay, I think it's not that big of a deal.
はい。
そしてちらっ
Yeah, you'll get all your
と
abilities.
お話しした要素として、
はい
今回ですね、このクレセントアイル
They haven't gone into the rewards yet, I think.
の中だけ、
But I would assume this is relic related.
こちら
Usually these zones are for relic weapon. Phantom
と
jobs.
いうものがシステムとして存在しておりまして、クレセントアイルに独自のジ
What?
ョブっていうものがあります。
うん。
What?
で、その
On the Isle, players will have access to
えー
unique jobs known as phantom jobs. When equipped, they'll grant players new actions that can be used with their main job. Oh, thank God. So you're not going to have a really annoying system like Logos actions that I have to find. Oh my God, that's good. I hate being like, okay, which kind of demi-crystal do I need? What kind of logogram do I need to buy so that I can turn into the NPC? And then he can find a little magia thing, and then I'll put it into the machine, but I have to combine it with another one from a different logogram, and then once I combine them, then it will make the abilities that I need. Let me get on the internet and search which one. Oh my God, it's so annoying.
サポー
Same.
トジョブが持ってるアクションとか特性っていうのが使える
This is
よ
so
うになっ
annoying.
ていきます。
This is really cool.
ほう
Yeah, like subclasses? This is
サポートジョブの
incredible.
レベルって書いてあります。
It reminds me of the hero talents from WoW that I really like.
本当だ
I like
書いてま
that.
すね。
書いてますね。
Tell me about the phantom jobs. Phantom
サポート
freelancer.
すっぴんって
What kind of stuff can I do?
ほう
Man, this is actually really exciting. This is the best news I've heard.
気になるな。
アクションセット。サポそうですね。
Show me.
大丈夫今このコンテンツに突入して
Okay.
戦士でいきますよと。
So here's how the system will
いう時
look.
に サポートジョブ、例えば文句をくっつけて
はい
いると、
Warrior. So if your main job is a
カウンター
warrior,
とかが
then you can have a phantom job, monk.
まあ攻撃面
Gain access to stuff like phantom kick and occult
で
counter.
さらにサポートジョブで銀融詩人
Or
そうすると
bard,
体力歌などが
mighty march
使用
button.
可能になってですね
Yeah, that's
パーティー
fun.
を組んだ時の
That's
サポート
fun.
面がアップしますなのでここは
I like this, man. This sounds really cool. This sounds like
そっか何をつけるかで
absolute improvement on
何が
previous
使えるかが
iterations of exploration content.
あ
Wow. I'm proud of y'all. Okay, so here's the different phantom jobs. I assume Geomancer, Ranger, Berserker, Time Mage, Ranger. Oh my god. Chemist, Cannoneer. I like that.
聞いたことないのばっかり
This is crazy. There are so many jobs I haven't even heard of, said Morble. Yoshimi said FF14 is an MMO after all. So looking into the future, we want to implement new jobs in 8.0 and beyond. But for some players, there are obviously jobs from past FF series that they have a lot of memories with. But unfortunately, some of those jobs simply wouldn't fit the concept of FF as an MMO. Time Mage as an example.
まあファイナルファンタジー
Wait, does this mean that all these jobs will never... This like confirmed that none of these jobs are gonna fit the concept of FF14 as an MMO. Didn't he just kind of inadvertently confirm that? Like here's some jobs that I think I'm never gonna put in the MMO, but at least you can try them out kind of in the in Occult Crescent. Okay, here's what he said. He said, some of these jobs simply wouldn't fit the concept of FF as an MMO, Time Mage as an example. But we did think, maybe in this kind of content, as a phantom support job, maybe we can go a little crazy with it. Okay, no, never mind. He clarified. So while there is a small chance some of these jobs might make it into the main game in the future, okay. I was also told players know and say to don't trust Yoshi P. So take that as you will. This is what, okay, let me just... Okay, so there's a small chance. You're telling me there's a chance. Some of these might. But then again, don't trust Yoshi P. So, yeah. What can I say? The classic. This will also keep getting updates in the 7.x series. He said we got a lot of feedback from around the world that players wanted a field exploration content like this. We did. Hey, that's me. Hey, that's... I did that. I did that feedback. I did a lot of that feedback, y'all. You're welcome. Yeah. Everybody can just say, thank you, Zepla, for begging for Eureka content and large-scale MMO content. Don't worry. You're a hero. Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Yeah. It's all thanks to you. You can play the trumpets for me now. He said we always get the feedback that our weapon side quests are too much. Then we made them easy. Now they're too easy. It's difficult finding the right balance. So this time we went back to the beginning. So what if there were Atmos? Whoa. What did you just say? Excuse me? What the This is concerning. Okay, so what do you mean you went back to the beginning? Do you mean you went back to how Eureka was on launch? I hope not. Hey, like, Also, why are you acting surprised that players thought that it was too easy in Endwalker? Like, you knew it was already easy with Baja, so why did you choose to go from that to even more easy? Like, you didn't even need to go into Baja. Even Baja wasn't even hard. Okay. Why are you only thinking about this in terms of hard versus easy? Aren't there other things that you should be considering besides it's hard or it's easy or it's too hard or it's too easy? Like, is this gonna hold my attention and be enjoyable? Is this gonna be replayable? Like, is this gonna be fun to go back again and again? Is this gonna be a variety? What about the pacing? Is this gonna feel like a mindless grind or a chore? Does it have to be like Atmos? What about this, how much freedom will I get in choosing how I want to go about it? How social is it going to be? I was like, I feel like it's a little weird to say that it's difficult to find the right balance when in Endwalker, you were just handing out relics with practically zero effort. Like, did you not think that asking for 3,000 tomes in total was too easy? That shouldn't be a surprise. You removed the relic journey in Endwalker. And then didn't replace it with anything else. That was the issue. So far, I like what I'm hearing about this feature very much, but like, this is a little odd comment. That's all. I just want to give my 2 cents on it.
ここでなら好きで
そうそう、
放題
あ
やってくれたまえ。
となんかサポージョブ系のアクション5個までとかあったら、
はい。
いいんじゃね結構好き
Like,
勝手やってみたい
I don't want to suffer. Eureka was annoying on launch, and I remember that. I was there 3,000 years ago. The reason I say that with some concern and trepidation is because everything I've heard with this so far is amazing, and I really don't want them to have a repeat of what happened with Eureka, where you have this incredible concept, these amazing zones, and then a lot of people try it for like an hour. It's too hard to progress, and they say, I'm not doing this again, this sucks, and then they never do it again. I don't want that to happen with this content. Don't scare people away, okay?
他のジョブと
Oh, I like the Time Mage idea, and I really like Ranger
バランスを
idea.
取ろうとすると無理だけど、こう壊れスキルをここだったら入れても
なるほど。
それ以上に敵側を、
はい、
そのいろいろやれば
まあ確かに
面白くできる
Okay, wait, I lost track of the.
で、
Okay,
なるほど。
this
まあ
is
その確定とは言わ
the feature I feel most positively about in
ない
Dawntrail so far.
ジョブはちょっと
He said the 2 methods for weapon enhancements.
もしかしたら
So, if you keep playing the Occult Crescent, you'll be able to make a weapon, and for players who prefer the existing content, that will also be an option.
まさかの。
Oh, okay. So it sounds like it is going to be more in line with how Baja's like expectation of you. Because with Eureka, we had like, it was a big time investment. It was a heavy grind, but it also required you to be in the zone. With Baja, it was a less time investment, a bit of an easier grind, but you did not have to be in the zone if you didn't want to. So I appreciate that they're giving you that option for the weapon journey. This also means it's the return of a weapon journey. Cannot say yet how this will look like exactly. Let's scoot ahead. Sorry. Yeah, there we go.
Zepla Bunny. Hello, Zepla and Zepla Bunny.
Hi, Wolfie. Thank you for the 19-month resub. I appreciate it. Oh, crap. I lost track of my thing. There we go.
から強化していくというルートを作っておりますが、まあなので新しい
Okay.
この新規大規模コンテンツを
But every Mediator's feedback was similar all around the world. The people wanted something more engaging and memorable. There's going to be 2 exploration contents, but don't forget, there will also be a new raid.
はいレジスタンス系ですね
Okay.
ただまあその内容がどうなっているか
I
は
feel really good about this. I got a good feeling about Occult Crescent.
そうですね
The details about release schedule in the next live letter, which I can't say how long that will be.
周回したりしながら、
Okay.
育成していくという、まあ、2ルートを、
なるほど。
ご用意
A few announcements.
く予定で今進めておるんですが、
はい。
まあ、じゃったこれはですね、あれですよね。
Beep, 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 beep. Man, I love the. Wait, what am I gonna be able to do as a ranger? That's so cool. That's so cool.
なるほどね。
したら、
Can I be a dancer and a ranger, or do I need to be a bard to be a
おっしゃ
ranger?
ると思います。
はい。
It might encourage people to level some different jobs, so they can go and try out the different phantom
7.2
jobs.
シリーズでバトル系の
レイド来ますからね。
本当ですよ。
パート2はちょ
はい
っと時
次回
間が読めない放送になると思うんですが、はい。
いただきました。
Oh, how cute! What?
はい、
はい
ということで、ファイナルファンタジー14とインスタックスチェキのコラボでございま
The
す。
instant camera
こちら
from
富士フイルムのインスタント
Fujifilm.
カメラインスタックスチェキとのコラボレーションが決定
Oh
い
my
たしま
god,
した。
that's nice.
2月25日、冒頭申しましたが、2月25日公開
More
予定の
details on the lodestone
7.18 でインスタントカメラを構えて写真撮影をす
Okay.
るエモートが追加されます。
That seems like a fun
はい、そ
collab.
して、このタイミングから、X 投稿キャンペーンも実施予定となっております。
うん
この辺の詳細また後日発表いたし
Stay
ます
tuned
の
on
で、
Lodestone for
はい、ご続報を
screenshot
お待ちください。
sweepstakes on
い
X.
や、
これは
Stop
だい
putting
ぶ
stuff on X. Move to Blue Sky
はい、
or Threads or something. Put it on Instagram.
そうで
Shit.
すし
Stop using X.
成功。
もう
Okay.
ぜひ
I still post. I've now had to post on 3 different platforms.
そうです
My shit.
訪れていただきたい。
ね
まあさっき
Announcing the
里尻
echoes of an
に
IDL
頭が
discount
って言ってる
campaign.
方
そうそう。
の原点とかもちょっと
What?
わかるかもしれ
そう
ないですすね。
でね。
He said we received
あとはそう
positive feedback
先日
about
の
Juno
ジュ
from
ノザファー
players
スト
who
ウォーク
played
そうなんか
11
いよいよ
before.
ね
We
そう
thought this might be a good opportunity to make
元ネタは何だった？
entry into that world
Mm.
easier for 14
Mm.
players.
そうですね。
Warriors of Light who are subscribed to Final Fantasy XIV can receive a discounted basic service fee for Final Fantasy XI for 30 days. Dude, this should be covered by your Final Fantasy XIV subscription. If I'm going to be real with you, just let it do it like how WoW does it. With your WoW sub, you can play Classic, you can play Kata, you can play Classic Hardcore, you got Anniversary. Just let them use the. If you subscribe to FF14, just let them use the sub for 11. Come on. Come
ま
on.
あ大変11
Do
プレ
it.
イされていた方からも
It's hard enough to install this damn
好
thing.
評の声いただきましたし、
はい。
まあせっかくなので
Like, you should get to play for free if you go through the effort of installing the game.
ファイナルファンタジーシリーズの
I mean, if you're a
MMO として
FF14
第
sub.
一作
はい。
まさに11があったからこそ今
そうそうそう
14があると
Okay.
いうことで、
Next.
ええ
What the
なんか
hell?
制作中のサンプルがございますので、ちょっと画面の
No, it's a Japanese
マッチするっていうのを実証
taco
ね
collab that I can't have tacos.
こ
I'm not allowed.
れをご用意しています
Okay.
ので。
Oh, and I think that video is probably posted on Zep Live by now. Square Enix sent me this one right here and this dress. And I gotta say, I do love the dress. Dress is very soft. It has huge pockets. That's big enough to fit my giant phone. But you can see me trying it on and all that on Zep Live. I'm sure that was clipped. And also, they sent me this gigantic shirt. And it's actually really comfy. I've never had a gigantic shirt like that. It's supposed to be giant on purpose. And it's pretty nice.
いただいて、
Oh, that's the trench
こんな
coat they're
おしゃ
selling?
れドレス。
Oh, the dress is under it. Well, I've already tried this on. It's very soft material on that dress. Ooh, wow, that's good, Yoshi. Styling.
足元もかっこいいんですね。そうはいお互い体型維持を求めているからわかる
Okay, cool.
こんな感じで。ベストも大丈夫。はい。確かにこれ
All right.
かっこいい。ね。
He's wearing extra small
よ
ああ、
いしょ。
そうですね。
size coat.
そんなわけでかっこいい。そうなんです。まあ、吉田さんの声は多分通ってますから大丈夫
And
です。
Morble is also wearing the extra
そうか
small.
っこいいですよ
I was wearing the small size dress.
ね
I think that the shirt they sent me is also small.
で、こちらラインナップ結構種類
We've
あ
had
りまして
many
お買い
artworks
求め
for
にはブラッ
seasonal
クウィルブ
events in the
ミル
past.
ク
まあぜひね、行った方
What?
も記念にいいですし。
Japan stuff.
いや
Ba.
何を意味するXS
XS だそうです。もうこうしたので、
あ、なるほど。
なので、
How many
アートワー
times
ク
have we
に
made different
暁の
artworks for
メン
the
バー
same
とか
event?
ああ、なるほど、なるほど。
出てきたりします。その楽しそうな雰囲気をお伝えするため
Little
に
ladies
は
stay in
このシー
English.
ズナルにこ
あ、まあそう。
I don't see any like
うあります
information about
なの
that.
で、
It's because seasonal events were always something players of any MSQ progressions could participate in. It was difficult to allow for certain NPCs to show up during the events. It would lead to confusion and plot holes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, that would be terrible. Yeah. We don't want confusion or plot holes for people doing the MSQ. Next time it will be a long life letter. Be prepared. Okay, cool, cool. I'm sorry. Okay. Cool. So that is the live letter.
なるほど。
なので、アートワークに
I feel really excited about the exploration zone. It reminds me of Eureka in all the right ways, and of Baja in all the right ways, and also I really like this concept they have for the phantom jobs. I'm feeling pretty positive about this patch, but I think that most likely the exploration zone won't be coming until 7.5, which is 2 months after the patch. If we're expecting this patch at the end of March, then this would be in the end of May. Isn't that right? Late March. So late May is when we could expect the exploration zone. So that's 3 months from now. Yeah, it's a long time to wait. But when, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. I didn't, however, I will say, I've already went over this. I already went over this at the beginning whenever he talked about the third-party tool stalking thing. I really, really didn't like the way that he addressed this because I felt like he didn't address it at all. I feel like they need to take more accountability and promise some faster, more realistic solutions now. And I'm tired of hearing them tell people, like, guys, stop doing bad things. I really didn't like the way that this has been handled so far. But I went over that. Like, if you're curious, you just go back to the part where we went into it because I really covered everything that I think I wanted to say at the time. So that was definitely not good. But I'm overall more optimistic about the content that we can expect in 7.2 with really, like, this looks pretty decent. It looks like something that I probably won't be too invested in because I'm not a crafter gatherer main, but I might mess around with it. And if it is sufficiently fun and accessible for me who might just do it as a botanist, then I'll be happy with that, cautiously optimistic about it. And I'm genuinely really, really, really excited about this occult crescent. So I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this, or at least I hope so. So some good, some bad. The other thing that kind of like made me go, what, was Yoshi P's comments on the relic journey. It is still, that's probably the other concern that I have with this patch would be how will we find a middle ground? Yoshi P, can you find a middle ground between Atmos and nothing? Like, you find something in between that's fun, engaging, but not soul crushing, asking a normal amount of you that's rewarding to do. I hope that they can nail it this time, but Yoshi P's comments made me kind of concerned because there's more to this than it just being hard or easy. There's the replayability factor, there's the fun factor. We're just gonna have to wait and see what it is. We have very limited information on it at the moment, and I think we won't really know until this stuff actually drops 3 months from now. how it's actually going to be. How did I find the life letter? Hi, Chris. So I would say, you know, there is some really great content that they have advertised that I am genuinely stoked about. Really, this looks great. I'm a big Eureka enjoyer. This is something that I specifically have campaigned for and asked for and begged for. And it seems like it's taking the best of Boccia and Eureka, but also adding some new things. Sorry, there's some construction going on my house right now. So yeah, I'm really happy about the content announcements, but I will admit that Yoshi P's attitude and his takes on a couple of things, notably the stalking mod situation, was really not it. I was really not happy with the way that he's addressed this so far, and I went into that in detail already. I don't want to beat a dead horse here. Yeah, it's not bunny stomping. No. Yeah. Housing in 14 is an absolute joke. That is absolutely true. We are being constructed upon. What did you think about it, chat? Cosmic and field exploration content legit gives me so much hope for the future of the game. Same. What they showed seems like it's going to be a blast to play. I hope it's uphill from here. Me too. I hope that this is something that people will find fun for more than a week. You know, when it comes out, I'd like to see it active for like a month after minimum. I would like that. I would like the rewards to be there and have it be a social fun thing we can do together. You hear that, Yoshi? Those are the hammers of Zepla raining down. No. Yeah. I'm not really, the thing that made me feel hopeful about this too is because I'm, as you know or may not know, I stopped doing raiding, like high-end raiding in Dawntrail. I just don't want to do it anymore, at least not for the foreseeable future. I wanted to take a break from high-end raiding and just do the more casual content, like do alliance raids, do just like roulettes, do beast tribes, do this kind of low-key stuff, normal raids. And there hasn't been a lot for me, to be frank. That's what I just haven't had a lot to do because of that. And so I'm really glad that there's two big pieces of content that have been announced that I could do anytime I want as a more casual player, and that makes me really happy. I'm happy about that. But yeah. Even though there's some things Yoshi P saying that makes me concerned, for the most part, it's promising. It is promising. I think so. But I mean, look, this isn't coming for 3 months. I do wish we had a faster turnaround, man. I do wish that we had a little bit faster of a content release schedule, but I don't think that is going to change. It's just, I feel like every other game I play these days releases content on such a much faster cadence than 14 has. And this is something that I guess if you play 14, you just get accustomed to over time. But damn, it's so crazy. I'm telling myself, I can't wait to play this in 3 months, because there's really no other game that I play that's like this. Yeah. Well, yeah, because this is going to be 7.25, and that's 2 months after 7.2. 7.2 is planned for late March. So this isn't soon. Is the part 2 of the live letter going to feature in-game footage? Yes. So part 2 of the live letter is going to have a trailer for the patch, and it's going to have a lot of in-game gameplay. Like Yoshi P will go into the game, and he's going to play through this stuff and show you. Night copy, so that's the sound of WoW housing being built. Yeah. So this feels like Shadowlands all over for me again with Dawntrail. Well, hopefully the content will be better, right? With Shadowlands, it was a disaster because not just the story, but also the content was really not good. So hopefully we can at least have some good content. Work, work. As a Guild Wars 2 vet, you ain't seen a bad content release schedule. We were dying for years because of slow content. How is the release schedule nowadays in Guild Wars 2, Craig? Someone's leveling their crafting outside because they heard about cosmic exploration, so they're trying to get ready. FF14 is very annoying in some respects. It's a live service, meaning they want you to play all the time, but they release things so slowly, right? But they say you can take breaks, no problem, but they keep your sub hostage with houses. Well, the thing is, I personally believe that FF14 should reconsider their subscription model. Yeah. I think that you can't really... I don't think it's good to try to have it both ways, where we want to design a game that you could come in, play the patch, and you're free to take breaks from, but we also want the subscription fee every single month. I think that they should maybe do something more like what Elder Scrolls Online does, where you have an optional subscription. If you pay the subscription, then you get access to like an infinite crafting bag, you get some like QOL stuff, you get currency that you can use for the cash shop, which would also be nice. And then if you're a free player, well, you just, there's different restrictions on you, but you can still play without the sub. I think that would work better considering the way that they design and release content. I think that people would probably be less upset about to maybe let you keep your house. But the problem is, I played before there was housing demolition, and I remember, people were begging for demolition because of the lack of supply. So it's not really demolition itself that is the problem. Demolition does free up plots for people that would otherwise not be available. So it is an issue, but it's not the issue, if that makes sense. The issue is the lack of supply. The issue is the fact that they haven't invested in the technology for infinitely scaling housing wards like Blizzard is gonna do. So now that Blizzard's going to set this precedent with the player housing, I think it's going to be harder to make the case that, oh, it's impossible to do this for a neighborhood, Sub-only MMORPGs are in general outdated. I think that is true. The way WoW gets around it is with the gold system, though, so you can just use your gold to pay for your subscription, like learn to make gold and use that. But currently FF14 doesn't have any way at all to pay for stuff that's in the cash shop without real money, or to pay for your sub without real money. And I don't feel like maybe that would be something to look into, because even Elder Scrolls Online, which I've been pretty critical of them and their cash shop in the past, but they recently added the Endeavors system, I think it's called, where you do a certain number of tasks every day, and if you do all the tasks, you get coins, and then you can save those coins and use them to buy stuff in the cash shop, which I think is really fair. Our cash shop, I think, is kind of bad compared to other cash shops in other games. More options to pay. Yes. Yoshibi's comments on difficulty were conflicting for me. I feel like difficulty shouldn't be the only focus, but more so on content and player freedom. I completely agree with that. That was the only other thing that made me tilt my head today with Yoshipi's comments. First, it was the third-party tool thing, and then it was the difficulty conversation, because I feel like they have this as a false paradigm that is influencing content. I feel like they have a tendency to assess things in terms of difficulty alone, being like, this is too hard or this is too easy. That's the only two things that I feel like they're hyper focusing on those two attributes when there's so much more to consider with a piece of content that will make it engaging and replayable. And I think that this might be a reason why a lot of times with FF14, people tend to complain about them just swinging between super high difficulty or super easy without much of a middle ground. And I wonder if that's just because it's like, that's how they see it. But I don't know. You said him saying they're going to go back to the beginning brings me back to how Realm Reborn felt at lunch, where players had more control over jobs, cross-job abilities, and their character, elemental and stat attributes. I'm interested at least. Yeah, I feel pretty optimistic though about it. I'm so happy they seemingly are taking more risks. We'll see. Yeah, the sub job system is really cool. That is really cool. If there's something I wish they'd respond to, it's the criticism that all content tends to have the exact same cadence. Every dungeon and every raid has the exact same configuration. So Scavenge Alpha, Yoshi actually has responded to that. In the media tour, Yoshi P was asked about the dungeon being always 2 packs and a boss, 2 packs and a boss. I'm gonna try to find it. And he said, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find the exact quote right now, but I'll just tell you that someone brought that up with him. And Yoshi P's response was, well, that's the dungeon package. And he basically said that that's exactly how they wanted to do it. And it's like, it's perfect package. So, like, their idea of innovating on that is making the bosses harder. But it's still the same package. They really like the packages. Like a Happy Meal, yes. Now, in my video about Dawntrail, I went into the MSQ package, but I'm not going to open a whole can of worms by talking about that right now. We're feeling good right now, okay? This is good news we got. I don't want to talk about this story. No. Zep, sorry for the repeated message, but just wanted you to know your hard work on the videos is really appreciated. I'm always enjoying watching them. Wow, Demi, thank you so much. I'm glad. I hope that you will like the next video that's coming on the WoW channel in the coming days. I think it's pretty fun. Just a fun, like it's a good, it's positive video. Yeah. I have said everything I wanted to say about Dawntrail's story. Well, not everything, but there's still so much. I haven't had time though, because I've been on the hardcore grind in WoW lately. In fairness, one of the times they went off the package with "In from the Cold." Yes, Chris. I remember that. I loved this quest. I thought it was so great and like such an interesting and new perspective on the world, and it was very difficult and it was like a survival situation. But I think that a reason a lot of people hated it was because of the poor messaging with the quest. It wasn't necessarily the difficulty, but it was hard to know where to go, or like what to do exactly. I think that it wasn't very clear direction given to the player in that quest. But unfortunately, because I think Yoshi P is seeing things in terms of this hard or easy paradigm, he took that feedback without the nuance that we were trying to convey. And instead, I think that he's received it as too hard. Quest too hard. Okay. And I think the real problem was just a poor messaging. But yeah, that's why brought that up. Hard versus easy. There's more to it than that, right? The poor communication is what makes the quest good. I think that they would have to find a way to, like, subtly convey where you need to go. For example, in Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know if this is that subtle, but I get lost easily. Okay, I have ADHD. Horizon Zero Dawn, you're set out and you need to run in a direction. And you look at, there's a big mountain in front of you. And you don't know where to go, but the mountain has like a little white paint, horizontal line painted, which tells you that you should probably jump up on the white paint line and then jump on the next white paint line, right? Stuff like that. Maybe more subtle than that. Yeah. Yeah. Horizons map is an absolute nightmare for ADHD brain. Every map can be a nightmare, though. For if there's things in the map, you will get lost. If you're me. But in any case, the yellow paint dilemma. Yes. They should use... Oh, that's a good idea, Night Coffee. Timed hints. Yes. That is a great idea. I like that. That's smart. That's a better idea probably than the yellow paint. We need the adventure line like in the Stanley Parable. Remember that? That was a really fun stream I did. But looking forward to 7.2 when what gets lost in living memory and never seen again. Well, I wouldn't necessarily want that to happen. You know, I don't have any ill will at all towards... in fact, I feel a lot of sympathy for Wook. I feel like she got done rather dirty by the story, which I've already gone into extreme detail on my channel. But... yeah, she's gonna be you know, pretty prominent. She's been pretty prominent in this patch too. We'll see how the patch is. Well, I mean, the story, but I think that the content, you know, apart from the story, is looking very, very promising. I'm actually very excited about exploration. So this is probably the most positive I felt about the game in a while after seeing this live letter. Yeah. I want to get in the occult crescent, man. Bad. I would love to see Yoshi P play through Stanley Parable. I think that is unironically a good idea. Because I think there's a lot you can learn from it. Makes you think about... I think you would probably find it hilarious. If they make a glamour for each of the phantom jobs for getting them to max level, oh, that's such a good idea. That is such a good idea. Can you imagine? Time Mage glam, Ranger glam, Geomancer glam. That's a brilliant idea. Square Enix, hire this bun. Right now. But it's in 3 months. God, it's so long. Like, okay, 2025 has already lasted an eternity since it started, and we're barely into February. It's barely been 1 month. Do you realize that? It's been 1,000 years already, but only 1 month has passed. It's 7 days. Takes so long. Zepla, they ever talk about rescaling lower level content? So the leveling roulette's cues aren't mindless? Oh no. I asked Yoshi P at the media tour to look at the low level leveling experience because I told him that for some low level jobs, it's really boring until you get to higher level, and like they need to fix that. And I was like, maybe add some more stuff, buttons for people to press at lower levels. And Yoshi P was like, well, what's the point of leveling if you don't get more stuff along the way? Like, that's the journey, is getting more... it's like, okay, great, but it needs to be fun at the start, right? Like, there's a long time you have to wait in some cases for your AoE button. I think that at level 1, you can handle having an AoE button, a single target button, an OGCD, and like a silence. I don't know. A dot. I think you can handle a little more than what they're giving you at level 1. Every class should have a basic rotation. At least 1 buff / mit. Yes. And AoE before Sastasha. Peanut butter Steve. That is too complicated. That's like 5-6 buttons? That's more than some people press at max level. That's more than some people have it. I mean, shit. Remember that story we read the other day of the guy who was in a dungeon with a white mage? And he's like, hey, can you please press 3 buttons instead of 2? press your AoE button, please. And the white mage got so mad. White mage is like, what did they say? They said, like, toxic people don't deserve forgiveness. They would not press the AoE button. There's too many. No! I need my free cure proc. You don't pay my sub. That's way too many, dude. You're dreaming big. Get your head out the clouds, man. Yeah, I think I'm never gonna forget this because it was just so goofy. Yeah. Anyway. Anyways. This was a good live letter. I feel pretty good about it, aside from Yoshi P's concern and comments here and there. Content itself is looking pretty banging. Loads of fun ideas and hope. I feel hope in my heart for the game right now. Even as a person that doesn't want to raid, which is even better. I don't feel like I'm being muscled into raiding if I want to have anything to do. That's great.